Hey there and welcome, my name is Carlos Bertes and let's talking about what has been going on in the indie tabletop RPG scene during this last week and what can we expect from the next one. As always, I am not being supported or sponsored by anyone mentioned in this episode directly, unless if I mention it otherwise. And let's start talking about something that is bittersweet, that is Tiago Rolim, a designer and creator from Brazil, and the creator of Numa. He is in ICU due to COVID, and since the medical bills are very expensive, we are putting together, myself and other Brazilian creators, a bundle in itch.io to help his family to cover these medical bills. We already passed the original goal that was $6,000, but we still do not know how much time he is still staying in the ICU. So if you want to, you can check it out. You have more than 70 projects for as low as $10 for the whole bundle. You should really check it out because you would get a very good price for everything that you are paying, and you are also helping a very good cause. And talking about Brazilian bundles, there is Gallant Night that they put together a bundle by Diogo Oldskull Nogueira. And the Oldskull Zine bundle, as it's called, was put together by the publishing company by popular demand, because it puts together 3 titles from Diogo Oldskull, and these titles are Running Out of Time, Screams Among the Stars, and The Dead Are Coming. And all of them, they try to break a little bit from the very traditional OSR style and bring some kind of ideas from sci-fi or post-apocalyptic genre to this OSR style. So I suggest you to check it out, and it's also from RPGLATAM, from Tiago, and he is very famous for bringing some very good games to the scene of OSR. And just to go with bundles, there is a cozy bundle. And trying to warm your hearts, this bundle, it brings games and other tabletop RPG products in general and projects that are focused on non-combat. So they are trying to get some different challenges and to resolve it without combat. They focus outside of combat. So check it out if you want to have a very different and more cozy vibe to your games and for these trying times that we are facing now. And remember, when we talked about trying to fund outside of Kickstarter, well, you have Kanabo being funded on itch. Actually, we should check itchfunding. We mentioned it before, and if you are not already familiar with itchfunding as a platform, you should check it out. But back to Kanabo, and I hope I do not butcher the name that much, Kanabo or Kanabo perhaps, but it is a conscious effort to bring a fantasy tabletop RPG to the Tokugawa era in Japan. It is loosely based on that time period and that moment in history, and they had a very good consulting and cultural consulting by James Mendes Holtz, being published by Monkey Paws Games. I really believe that this project is trying to make it the best way that they can, because the company themselves put the effort of bringing the conscious and well-thought representation into the tabletop RPG scene. So check it out if the Tokugawa era seems like fun to you. And since we mentioned Troika in so many of our previous videos, TroikaFest is going on officially from the 5th of April and still going on right now. We have another project that is crowdfunding on itch, which is Divine Sublimation, which so far, for me, in my personal opinion, they are the best put together platform or actually project on itch that are trying to crowdfund directly on itch. And again, check itchfunding if you are trying to look outside of Kickstarter for crowdfunding. You should, and this project is a very good first step. But yeah, it has different tiers. They are all well thought together and explained, and it brings alchemy and alchemists to Troika. And despite alchemy being everywhere, it is better living through alchemy. that's the idea of Divine Sublimation, and check it out if you want. It's from +1 XP. They were ones that are going with Melzonian Arts to put TroikaFest together and bring things from different places. I was going through jams when I saw a distinctive jam called Tech Jam that is going on, and it sounds exciting because it focuses on bringing a technology in a way which can be a mechanics, rule, a place, a piece of game, barely developed progression mechanics or whatever, that is not a fully developed game. And so the point is that it is not a game, but something that you can use to make a game or to make some new mechanics, and you have already some submissions. If you are like confused by my description, you can check the submissions and get the idea of what they are wanting with that tech jam. It just sounds exciting, and if you are a game designer or perhaps want to get into game design, this is a very good kind of resource and a very good kind of way to try your first steps on game designing and to want to inspire you to a new way of doing things. Talking about jams, RPGLATAM Jam is still going on up until Monday, just after I am publishing it. So you still have time to submit your project. I know that I have my project to finish, so you can finish yours too. But in case you are not aware of RPGLATAM as a scene, RPGLATAM refers to RPG in Latin America. And there is a very good article by Marcia that can be found in Twitter by @ChiquitaFajita, and the article is titled "Why You Should Get into RPGLATAM," and it gets a lot of my feeling into it, that you can get some good ideas from the scene, and on top of that it highlights some very amazing creators, some projects that you should check from them, but also the creators themselves and how they influence and how they work inside this scene. And last but certainly not least, I know that plenty of people watching here, they are looking to bring their content from the fully digital world to the physical world as well, because we love having books in our hands. So you have the very good feedback so far that I got from SoulMuppet Publishing, and SoulMuppet Publishing are looking for more projects to bring into life, to bring into the physical realm. As I mentioned, I just got good feedbacks from them, and in case you want to branch it out from the fully digital world to the physical world, you should check SoulMuppet Publishing. They have an open call. You should check out their tweets and how they are looking for projects and how your project can qualify for being printed and distributed by them, because so far, so good. Apart from it, I guess that's it for today and for this video. If you like the video, like the damn video, share, subscribe, you know how internet works. Let me know in the comments if you are liking this series in general. Is In the News being useful for you? If it's not, what can it do better, and how do you think about the pieces of news? Do you miss anything? Do you think that something could be mentioned more than it has been? Do you need more details, less details, whatever? Let me know. And I guess that's it, and I'll see you all in my next video. So, see ya!